Hey, we're live from the Brojo again for another episode of Jay of Thrones.
Woo!
I'm Kien.
I'm Jay Oldenkamp.
Alrighty, well, Jay, what happened on episode 2 of season 1 Game of Thrones, The King's Road?
Well, it started with the with what's his, no, it started on with what's her name, Daenerys, right?
It did
And
start
it
off
started
with
with Daenerys, and she was basically on that they were going towards the Dothraki home camp
Yep, with Khal Drogo.
with Khal Drogo, and
to lend uh, Daenerys' brother.
there we go. Yeah. Become king.
Well, just lend him his army.
None of his army. Yes.
Then in the Dothraki Sea, Daenerys has difficulty adjusting to her
Yes.
marriage, and so this lady teaches her to, I guess, finger bang. That's pretty much what Daenerys did this episode.
Dorea, what's her fucking servant's name?
Yeah, and like she ends up like teaching her how to please her new husband.
Yup, that was. Okay.
That's literally pretty much
that's
it.
pretty much what happened with them. And then we go to like
The North.
the north, basically just after it's the morning after Bronn fell,
Yes.
and so we see Tyrion waking up with the dogs, which is great, and he's slapping the shit out of his nephew, because his nephew's being an impetuous little ass, and telling his nephew basically should go and say your sympathies even though you can't do anything, and it's just expected to do that. And then there's a bunch of talk about Jon Snow. He's gonna go to the north, the Wall, with his uncle, and then Tyrion's gonna come along because Tyrion wants to see it.
Because he wants to pee off the edge of the
The
world.
edge of the world, like, man, gotta give it to
And
the
at
guy.
this time, John is saying his piece as well. He gives Arya a present,
her present, which is needle,
and
her sword.
he has a confrontation with Catelyn Stark while trying to say goodbye to Bran.
Well, I think it's completely understandable though, because he's not her biological son. He's the one that her husband fucked around, and there you go. 1 year later,
Ta-da!
here's a new boy.
Right, and so also during the North, you find out that Catelyn is trying to figure out the murder of Jon Arryn, and
because she gets a note from her sister.
Her son Robb, the Master Lewin, the Master of Arms Sir Roderick Castle, and Theon Greyjoy, they decide to go to King's Landing in secret with Roderick as her escort to warn her husband of the possible assassination.
Yep.
They believe a Lannister has tried to assassinate Bran.
Yeah, we kind of skipped over that. Yeah. Since there was an assassin that came tonight, and the guy tried to kill. No, he didn't know. He didn't expect Catelyn Snow to be there. He was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here," and then she fends him off, and then what's the dog's name? No, the direwolf's name.
Which one?
Bran's. Was it Bran's?
Summer?
That stopped the guy, I thought.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, like
Bran's direwolf.
it rips out the throat basically of the dude. And
Eli says it's Summer. We're just gonna go with Summer.
Yep. I think you're right.
And then during this time, also, Robert is talking to Ned about how Varys is bringing up an army with Khal Drogo, which Ned looks is like, listen, they're not going to come over.
Because they live
There's no way.
on a sea.
Right.
The Dothraki will never get their horses on boats to travel the narrow sea to get to here. So you're fine. Stop worrying. And they're like, Rob still wants to king. No, Rob still wants the lost Targaryens to be killed, right? I think.
Because
they're still
what
threats.
they did to his sister,
to Ned's sister, because he was since Rob is betrothed to
his sister.
Right.
And so at the Wall, Jon and Tyrion see the Wall for the first time as they arrive with Benjen and their recruits. En route to the Wall, Jon discusses the Night Watch
Yep.
Tyrion is quick to disabuse Jon of his romantic notions of the Watch as a noble calling, battling mythical horrors beyond.
Because he finds out that there's basically people from the dungeons and jails are.
Yeah, they're all criminals,
Yep, all
bastards,
criminals.
and like just assholes
Yep.
that can't really go anywhere else.
So they have the wall.
Then this is where the most fucked up shit that happened in the episode was at the end at the crossroads.
Well, you see that Ned and the King's party is stopped for a while, and you see Arya's practicing swordsmanship with sticks with
the butcher's boy.
With the butcher's boy, and then there's Sansa, and then the bitch. Joffrey, and they're doing whatever they want to do, walking towards them, and Joffrey starts like making fun of them, and he sees the butcher's boy and like, tells him to strike him and whatnot, and then shit happens. Arya hits Joffrey over the back with the sword, and then Joffrey pulls his own sword, and then Nymeria, Arya's direwolf, comes up and just fends off Joffrey, biting his arm, and then Arya takes his sword and throws it off into the river. Later in the evening, Arya ran off soon after. She met with Nymeria and basically told Nymeria to scrap because otherwise Nymeria would be killed.
Right.
And then she's found, and then she's like confronted by her father and the king and son Alfred, who's Joffrey, and the king's like, "You were bested by this girl here." I'm like, he was thinking. I think he was probably incredulous. Like, serves you right, you dipshit. And then like his son and his mother were like, "Oh no, he's horribly injured." And then they call Sansa to the stand to tell what happens, and Sansa lies, saying that like it wasn't Joffrey's fault, that Arya and the butcher's boy were the ones who started the whole thing. And what happens is Arya's let off, and another thing that happens is that they kill Lady, which is Sansa's direwolf, instead, because the direwolf's a quote-unquote threat, because if the other one is a threat, that one also too could be a threat, and injure Joffrey. And so Ned says he'll do it because if it's from the north, since the wolf is from the north, Ned is the protector of the north, so it's his responsibility, he will end the wolf's life. On his way to do that, he sees is it the wolf that was carrying the body of the...
No, Sandor the Hound.
Sandor the Hound. I mean, that's what I mean, the Hound, not the wolf.
Yeah.
God damn it. The
wolf
wolf
carrying the bloody body of the butcher's boy.
Yeah.
God damn!
I was like, wow.
That is some fucked up shit.
It's like, yeah, he ran. Not too fast, though.
Yeah, apparently you can kill... this is the one thing...
You can kill anybody.
Yeah, Game of Thrones kills everybody. Game of Thrones pushes kids off buildings.
That's oddly part of the appeal.
Yeah, children dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim can't do that shit. Come on, Skyrim, get your shit together.
Mods for that.
Oh, there are mods for killing? You guys are
It's
Absolutely,
fantastic.
there
Y'all are
mods for
fucking
that.
weirdo.
Children are annoying in Skyrim.
God, y'all are fucking terrible.
Well, I'm not saying I use them. I just know they exist.
Fuck you.
So, Jay, what did you think What did you think about this episode?
This episode had like the first one like introduced all the people. Mm-hmm. This one, more plot is thickening. Like you see like Jon starting his own path in his life, and then you see there's kind of some tension rising with I think with Stark and the King. I think there's a slight tension like in that episode. Maybe like Stark's like, yeah, maybe nah, I don't need to do this yet, and then there's that whole huge plot with the possible like assassination with the what's his name again? Who was just died in the first episode.
Jon Arryn.
And the possible thought of that the Lannisters killed or attempted to kill Bran, and then killed Jair, and so and yeah, I guess that's it. So
What do you give? What do you give this
what
one?
do I give this one? I don't know. Probably like a 8, maybe a 7. Like not too much. Like, important stuff happens. Like not too much like actiony events, but like important plot pieces are building up. Like I said, like I remember in the book, I thought the first book was basically a bunch of just plot building itself up until the second book where stuff happens in the like middle or end of the second book.
Alrighty.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's been Jay of Thrones. I'm Candy Banyas.
Jailed again.
Later, Gators.
Yep.